There we go. You should be able to hear me now. Sorry, that was well. It's all right. We only lost 16 seconds. And in fairness, there's no one here, so it doesn't really matter. I've got time to do my daily live stream of the week. Drink some coffee. Hello, Mason Naif. Don't know what that means. Lots of a strange icon. What time is it? There's Jimmy Neutron. Jimmy Neutron, I think it's about 4:30 in the UK. I normally do a live stream earlier, but today's been quite an interesting one. We took my kids to football, and then we had all sorts of fun and games, and I watched Scotland lose to Italy, which is always quite painful. In fairness to the Italians, deserved their win. They were much better. They dealt with some fairly horrendous rain better than Scotland. Anyway, so congratulations to Italy and bad luck Scotland. I also feel sorry for the losing captain when they're interviewing. Go, well, where did it go wrong? It's like, well, ultimately they scored more points than us. That's where it went wrong. And as if especially a game like rugby. It's 8:30 for you. Where are you in the world, Jimmy Neutron? Mason Naif, where are you in the world? I'd be interested to know. So this live stream, basically, I sing Happy Birthday every day. I let you know which famous person it's your birthday. I don't use shout outs. I used to, but then basically, if you want a shout out, that is something that I could do, but I'm afraid there is a donation. US, California. Bet it's warmer there than it is here. Right, this is Saudi Arabia. Oh, we've got an international live stream. Right, this is for anyone, myself included, especially if you're a Scotland supporter and you're having a bit of a rough day. But on a serious note, if you are struggling, you are not on your own. Sometimes life can be poo, like a big bag of poo. Someone has covered in poo, but there's a very silly man with limited ukulele skills. He's on a mission to make you smile on me. If you're having a wobble, cause I am a man who's often quite wobbly, and we can wobble together, safe in the knowledge that it's not just you and me. It's true, you're never alone, even if you might think, sorry, I keep ducking out of view because basically I'm getting my cup of coffee. So basically I tend to do parody songs about family life, but also as someone who's struggled with mental health, I try and talk about mental health a bit, because I think it's important. It's a subject that isn't discussed enough, particularly with men, and it's something we need to talk about, because there are times when life's a bit tough, life is a bit of a kick in the shins, and you're like, don't kick me in the shins, life. I don't know what I'm talking about now. You just got to, I think my best advice when you're having a tough day is just put one foot in front of the other. That's probably the best advice. Nothing is ever as bad as it is in your head. And if you can just put one foot in front of the other, things will be all right. If you just keep your head down, stay positive, just breathe. Bad times don't last too long. You'll be okay. What do you wish for? Thank you, Mason Nate. That's a nice, what do I wish for? I wish for people to be happier, and for people who are struggling to feel confident enough to go, I'm really struggling, and I don't know what to do. And before it gets too bad, before it gets so overwhelming that you're like, I don't know what to do. The worst thing you can do when you're struggling, especially with your mental health, is go inwards. That's the worst thing you can do. And annoyingly, that's the one thing your body wants you to do. That's what I wish for. Right. This is a parody of Sweet Caroline. It's a silly song about when I was in lockdown and eating too many cakes and got a bit fat. When it began, when I noticed the build-up of back fat, and my underpants were feeling snug. What can I do? I couldn't visit a gym during lockdown to shred my chest or tone my bum. Hands, put down that second bit of cake, that's job 1. Grab yourself a banana, that's job 2. Smash out some body squats. Do a body squat, while you're waiting for the toast to pop. How many should I do? It's up to you when you stop. Yeah, that's my advice when it comes to exercise, especially if you, like me, I'll be 50 this year. And as you get older, your metabolism naturally slows down. So your body's ability to burn calories slows down. So you have, it's like and I think every year, I think every year after 40, I don't know how accurate this is, so don't quote me on this. I think you lose, after the age of 40, I think you lose 5% of body mass a year. So I don't know how accurate it is, but basically every year you lose some body mass. So that's more a reason to keep up doing some exercise. And it doesn't have to be lifting weights. It could be do anything that challenges your body. So yeah, so that's my advice, especially if you're a dad. And I think don't worry too much if you don't, if you miss a day with some exercise, just do something. That can be a walk around the block. That could be anything really. Right. Here's a parody of Bob Marley's Three Little Birds. It's about a bit of a memo to myself, really. Don't worry about a thing. Well, that's easier said than done, Mr. Bob Marley. Your advice is don't worry about a thing. It's not an easy thing to do in a constant living crisis. I woke up this morning concerned about my interest rates, and 3 small children started demanding their breakfast. Can we have some pancakes? Or maybe a bacon sandwich? No, you can have cornflakes, shreddies or toast. I suggest you don't worry about the past or future, 'cause there's really very little you can do about it now. That's true. Seems to have gone very quiet in the comment section. Just tell me if you're still here. In fact, there's only 10 people, so that might be 10 people who are like, I don't know, I'm just going to watch what happens. I don't feel the need to comment. But it's always nice for me to know there are people out there. So if you feel, let me know where you're from, or if you want to ask a question. Sorry, I just hit another ukulele in the back. If you've got a question that you think 50-year-old father 3 might be qualified to answer, please feel free to ask it. If I don't know what to answer it, I won't answer it. It's that simple, really. Right. Right, if it's your birthday today, February the 7th, you share it with a British playwright, British author. Happy birthday to you. Hello, Harrison. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. It's your birthday today, 7th of February. Share with Charles Dickens. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, I hope if it's your birthday today, you're having an awesome birthday. That would be my hope for you. Yeah. And in that it's quite quiet, I'm just going to continue playing some songs. There have definitely been live streams where I'm like, this is a bit of a tough crowd. And the best thing to do in that situation, and I think you can use this for example for anything in life, is just keep going and kind of reframe it. Go, well, actually, hello, Ellie, how are you? Comprehend, we just moved to Rochester. You're on in the background while I make tagliatelle. Awesome, trying to solve my hangover. Thank you very much for the feedback. And yeah, I imagine tagliatelle is very good for hangovers because you've probably got the combinations of some sort of cream from the sugar, cream from the carbonara. Yeah, good for you. And it's the weekend, so you have a few drinks, that's allowed. Right, so this is a parody of 500 miles by the Proclaimers. It's about being a parent. Hello, big man Skibidi. Hello, Mr. RD from North Kent. I like this. Thank you for acknowledging and saying hello. That makes a massive difference. When you're a parent, well, you know there's going to be an endless list of jobs to do. You try washing with soap or bleach or lava, but your hands will always smell of someone's poo. And when I've done 500 jobs, it just gets replaced with 500 more. I want to be a man who gets to sleep in his bed, not someone else's floor. I'm exhausted, but apparently not as tired as my wife. I'm exhausted, but I wouldn't change a thing about my life. That's true. I wouldn't actually. I've got 3 kids, and parenting is full on. If you're a parent, you will get. Thank you, Carlos, for your. I'm going to say that's constructive feedback. Yeah, basically, parenting is the hardest thing you do. But like anything in life, it's really, really difficult. It's also the most fulfilling thing you do. And there are so many days where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I was not cut out to be a dad. I'm rubbish. What has you... right, now carry on with some songs for the 5 people in the live stream on a Saturday afternoon. This is a parody of... what age are your kids? They are... I've got a 13-year-old daughter, 11-year-old son, and a 7-year-old son. And we did football this morning. It was wet and cold. And basically, the only thing that got them through it was promise of a bacon bap. And do you know what? I think the bacon baps taste best when you're freezing cold and you're sat in a car with the heating on full. That's when they taste best. Hello, Nat Owens. Right, this is a parody of I'm a Believer by the Monkees. And it is some advice if you're not very organised. I have always been a massive fan of lists, 'cause getting things done gives me dopamine. The world's out to get you, kicking in the bum by ticking off a list of things that you've already done. You want to get things done, be a list writer, a shot of dopamine. When you see that it's done, I write lists. I'm a list writer, who's a writing list, Pippa Truck. It's true, I love a list. Yes, it's very true. Ketchup or brown sauce? Good question. I am originally from like the Midlands up north. I'd always go, I don't know why that's relevant. I'd always go brown sauce, which is controversial. My kids go, ugh, that looks horrible. I'm like, it's unbelievable. Without brown sauce, ketchup doesn't really do it. It's very different sausage bap, I think, ketchup. Bacon, bacon and brown sauce in a floury bap. It's a good word, bap, isn't it? Bap's it's like one of those words like tabard. It doesn't get used enough, and if you can force the word bap or tabard into a conversation, I think you've done well, and I think you should. I think just life feels a bit better. Everything feels a bit better. The playful use of words. Thanks, Ellie. You're basically... Hi, Nat Owens. Are you in the UK? I am. I'm basically 5 miles east of Brighton, in a place called Saltdean, while I work on Bright Beach. Thank you for the British contingent who are carrying this live stream. Nut Bean's back. Hello, Nut Bean. He's back. I don't know where he's been, but apparently he's come back from there. Right, okay. This is a parody of, it's a parody of Let It Be by the Beatles, and it's about dads doing childcare. Hello, Nat Owens in Oxford. I've just survived 3 whole days of childcare, catering to their every need. One word was said constantly, Daddy. When every mess has finally been cleaned up, but number 2 from number 3. Netflix and Disney, can you save me? Rescue me. Rescue me. Rescue me. Rescue me. Rescue me. I hope my wife's bus isn't late again. Rescue me. I think in fairness, her bus is often late. Buses in Britain tend to be quite late. But I think parenting, certainly when you're the adult in the house, I think it's summed up by one parent pacing up and down, occasionally looking out the window, waiting for the other parent to come back and help. Brown sauce is my, right, I've missed some nice comments. Brown sauce is my favourite. Was always a ketchup man, then woke up one day and was enlightened by brown sauce. It's amazing how enlightenment will find you in your life, isn't it? I'll be honest, I can see why, but brown sauce, I think that's an interesting route to nirvana, brown sauce, but that's fair enough. Don't you hate it when you commit for that last gulp of coffee and you get some grounds. Everyone thank you, Nutbean. A fellow Brit, cheers, mate. Hello, Para. Would you rather question coming up? I'll always take a question. If they're offensive or rude, I'll just ignore them. A bit like I do with my kids' behaviour when it's rather offensive or rude. And that has an element of success, right? This is a parody of Yellow by Coldplay, and it's about I'm someone that struggles with intrusive thoughts. I often just get a thought in my head. I've got OCD, and that's not just me saying this isn't me self-diagnosing myself. I actually when I did a course with the NHS, a CBT course, and they're like, oh, by the way, we can confirm that you basically have OCD, which is why you have all these intrusive thoughts and you worry an insane amount, and why when you drive you convince yourself you've caused all sorts of accidents. And it's I make light of it, but it can be horrific. I struggle to drive anywhere without convincing myself I've done something really bad. So anyway, this song is about a bit like that, and sort of social anxiety. Would you feel sad if I called you Dave, but your name wasn't Dave? Would you be offended if I called you John, but your name was Jude? Would you consider me quite rude? And would you be offended if I saw you out? Would you think that's a shame that man can remember my name? I'm gonna be offended. Intrusive thoughts that live in my head. Think it's funny to make me call Brian Fred. To be honest, most people remember what you said. They won't remember what you said. No one remembers what you said. It's true. All these worries, certainly with social anxiety, oh my goodness, I said that. Do you think I've offended someone? Or I hope they didn't say. They don't care. Most people, no one is worrying as much about your behaviour as you. That's a fact, I think. Right. I'm going to answer some questions. Would you rather get a cajillion pounds now or get 2,000 every time you sing? I'm going to go with 2,000. It's controversial because it's a smaller number, and obviously I'm lying if I say I do this completely out of the goodness of my heart. But singing does make me feel good. Singing silly songs and doing this is preferable than worrying about fictitious road traffic accidents. I'm also, probably like most people in the world, I'm trying to get my YouTube channel monetized, and this seems to be an effective way to do that. So, and yeah, I mean, if every time I did live stream I got 2K, thanks very much. Hi, Bailey, nice to see you. What's going on? I'm back, says Nato. What's the best way you've learned to deal with your OCD? Thank you, Ellie, for that question. A number of things. If I wake up anxious, I tend to have a cold shower. Not like I start, and obviously in regard to cold showers, don't launch into a cold shower unless you're used to it, because it can be quite dangerous. Cold shower, like it's cold, like literally turn on cold water, walk into cold water, just as a bit of a mental health reset. And I work on Brighton Seafront. I'm an ex-beach lifeguard, and I do a lot of cold water dipping. Like I'll go in this time of year when it's about 7 degrees, just in my board shorts, and it's horrible. But oh my goodness, afterwards, it's a very, very effective way of it's like a mental reset. Your brain has no space to worry about things that may or may not happen when you're in freezing cold water. And then afterwards, when I've been in there and I'm all warm and I'm having a cup of tea, I have the sense of calm that is not like my normal life. And it's unbelievable, I think. And also doing this, I think I started learning the ukulele and doing parody songs in the lockdown because I just knew that being inside and not going to work, my intrusive thoughts would go bonkers. I need something to do. So I started doing this. But thank you for the question, I appreciate that. And I think the problem with mental health is that it's not, you do at times think you're going crazy. There are times when I'm like, can I really confide in my wife that I'm worrying about this? Or that I drove over what I know is a crisp packet, but I'm now convincing myself it wasn't a crisp packet and I've caused some horrendous accident. In your mind, you're like, that's crazy. I know that's crazy, but it doesn't stop the anxiety. So it's like, it's very easy to say and do, but just sitting in that anxiety is something you've just got to push through if possible. Yes, I would go for the 2000 every day. You sing just become Eminem. Could become Eminem. Quite like Eminem. He hasn't. Well, I say he hasn't done much. He's probably making music all the time. But I'm slightly out of touch. Right, this is a parody of Whatever by Oasis, and it's sort of a tongue-in-cheek look at parenting. I'm free to eat whatever I want once the packed lunches are done, and as long as I don't mind the crab crisps. I'm free for 7 minutes a day once the kids are asleep and before I go to sleep myself. That's true. It's a very short version of that song, but that is true. It often feels like I've only got 7 minutes free time, but I actually probably have a lot more free time. Yeah, it's weird actually, isn't it? Because some people go, I could never do that. I could never go and do live streaming because what if I made a fool of myself or public speaking? I'm like, I don't care. It's weird that doesn't worry me. You know, because I think it's considered that public speaking is the one thing that most people in the world fear. And I don't care. I think I've got to the point where I'm not bothered. Ask me to leave the house and not feel worried about that I can't do. So it's very strange what in life things upset you and trigger you. This is a parody of All the Small Things by Blink-182, and it's about toddlers. Toddlers who don't sleep is enough to make you weep. No more, I said, cause you will wet the bed. Always, I know I won't get to watch my TV show. They will keep you waiting. It's incredibly frustrating. No, it's an embargo. Yes, that includes all drinks like my milky milk, milky milk, milky milk. You can't have any more milk. Yeah, that's that one. I think that's the thing. The tough thing about parenting is the repetition. You know, having to, ask your child to put on their shoes 50 times, that'll break anyone. It doesn't matter how. You could be an absolute zen-like legend of mental mastery. If your kids just refuse to get in the car, or they get in the car with their shoes on the wrong feet, or without socks, or the wrong school jumper, you just want to cry. You absolutely want to cry. But then these small people can give you, absolutely my reason to be, absolutely my raison d'etre. It's a real weird one. Right. Can you play any other instruments? Ellie, I can't. I tried to learn other instruments, but I've got sort of like the guitar, sausagey fat fingers. So that's why the ukulele is awesome, because it's only 4 strings. And to an extent, once you can play a C chord, G chord, A minor and an F. You can play loads of songs. And in my case, you can make up lots of silly songs, which is good. I played the saxophone, or maybe I played the saxophone in school, but then suddenly realised I didn't really like playing the saxophone, and kind of then thought, oh, my parents have just forked out for this massive instrument. And I think I kind of like gave it a go for a bit, but half-hearted, and then they're like, well, this is a waste of time. Right, this is a parody of "If I Were a Boy" by Beyonce. And it's a bit of a gentle poke at the woke sort of culture. Being James Bond in the world today would be a total flipping nightmare, not knowing what to do or what to say. Should the final scene be an exciting slugfest? Or should James give the villain a cuddle and calmly suggest a citizen's arrest? There's one way to go. Yeah. Coming up to the half an hour mark, which is normally where I end my live streams. Let's keep it going. Right, this is a parody of Bop by Hanson. And it's about a it's a very childish song. I think you might have seen that's my vein of that's my silly carry-on film, laboratorial-esque humour. That's my kind of like niche. Right, and it's about a situation that I experienced about 20 years ago that still makes me laugh today. Lots of my memories make me laugh, but not as much as this. I stopped at a motorway services for a coffee and a whiz. All the urinals were full, so I went to sit down. The guy in the next cubicle was making funny sounds. He was going plop, 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 sounded painful, plop, 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 he was really struggling, plop, 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 he said it wasn't funny, plop, 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 it definitely was. It was really funny. And I was like, I can't believe, I think I was probably, 33, 34, laughing hysterically at this man and his sort of vocal poo noises. Anyway, sorry, I did say it was fairly childish. I did try and warn you. But yeah, I'm in my shed and I have to keep the door open because I haven't got Wi-Fi. I mean, basically the Wi-Fi, my wife's going to get cross because the back door's open and the window's open in order to get said Wi-Fi. Hello, KBF 3689. We're smashing through these parody songs. Right, last couple. How's your pasta cooking going, Ellie? Is it? Don't let the water boil over. Right. This is a parody of Jason Mraz on Yours. It's about when your kids are being really spoiled and entitled, which I'm not a fan of. Well, I took you to the park and I bought you a Happy Meal. We went to the pantomime, we saw Sting and Ian Beale. To be honest, I'm quite confused. How you never seem that amused. All this being present means I'm presently quite stressed. Not buying a pony shouldn't result in my arrest. I shouldn't have to explain to you why a 7-year-old doesn't need a personal trainer. If you're a mum or a dad, the one thing you'll know is true. Your kids will often tell you they're bored. That's true. It is true. Right. The pastas are made, sat here eating it. Happy days. That's that, and I hope you're like, I mean, I don't know what else on the telly. I mean, the England-Wales game is about to kick off. I can't see past a bit of a cricket score. What could you teach me? Could you teach me what are those letters for the ukulele? I can teach you. Yeah, if you go to my YouTube channel, there's a video that says ideal beginner lesson. It's like a 50-minute lesson. It basically teaches you how to play all the chords you will need to sing songs. The C chord, the G chord, the A minor, and the F. So go and check it out, and that massively helps me because it gets 50 minutes, gets my watch time up. Right, I'm going to finish with this bad boy. No, I'm not. Big wheels keep on turning. Carry me home to my kin, singing songs about the Southlands. I miss old Benny once again, and I think it's a shame. Well, I heard Mr. Young talk about her. Well, I heard Mr. Young put her down. I hope Mr. Young will remember the Southern men don't need him around anyhow. Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are smooth. Sweet home Alabama, I hope you enjoy past the meal. ITV or BBC for the England game? I don't know. I think it's BBC. I just watched the Scotland-Italy game on the BBC. Oh, it was painful. Painful. My family is Scottish. I've always supported Scotland, and I remember my first few experiences of watching rugby was with my dad, watching Scotland. But it's just like, oh, it's the hope that kills in sport, isn't it? It's if you support a team like Scotland, it can break your heart, and you're like, oh, I quite like Italy as well. I'm quite pleased for Italy. It's good for Italy. It's just what it is. It's a game, and you suddenly think, why am I that bothered? I'm not playing. I'm not in the team. Why do I care? By the way, keep it up. That's really kind of you. Thank you. Why do I care? It's just chill out, enjoy the game. But I always struggle. It's just the emotional attachment I put on the team of Scotland. Maybe it links me to memories of my dad, who sadly died a few years ago, and I suppose it's kind of like makes me think about that. Maybe I suppose. Right, we're going to finish with this one, I think, and it's basically a parody of "Eye of the Tiger" by Survivor, about doing the night feed. Getting up in the middle of the night to find out when your baby's crying. My wife will probably have to rescue me, but hopefully I'll get some brownie points for trying. So many times it was a bubble of wind, or they've got a stinky nappy. But I'm your dad, you're my reason to be. This lack of sleep makes it impossible for me to drive. I'm a forklift driver awake in the middle of the night, getting up with their hair like Billy Idol. This lack of sleep is probably against my human rights, and I probably won't be able to be a forklift driver. Very true, but Scotland always being I agree with you. They are always the underdogs. Now, even against Italy, apparently. But there we go. Is ukulele? You've got to go. No worries. Thanks for stopping it by. I really appreciate it. Is ukulele similar to guitar to play same chords? I don't think so. I think it's no, because I played guitar, and like for example, that's a G, but then the G on a guitar is completely different. So I don't really know. Anyway, I'm going to go now. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Thank you so much for all the questions and support. I genuinely appreciate